Hi, welcome to Learn Online. I'm Praveen Jadhav and this session will be on analysis of mock test 4 of our TCS Ninja series. Guys, this course is being made available to you for free of cost, so please do spread the word, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Let's get started with our first question. What does it say? It says a person starts writing all 4-digit numbers. How many times he had written the digit 2? Yes. So now to form a 4-digit number, I'll quickly take 4 blank spaces. Now, the digit 2, where all can it come? It can either be the thousands place or hundreds place or tens place or the units place. Yes, these are the 4 available places where 2 can appear. Now, my question is from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 are my digits. How many numbers do I have? I have 10 numbers. Now, those 10 numbers, among those 10 numbers, 2 is already being used and it is filled in thousands place. For sure, 2 will be in the thousands place. So, how many different ways can I fill my thousands place in? Only one different way. Now, next, hundreds place. In how many different ways can it be filled? It can be filled using digits from 0 to 9. And also 2, because repetition is allowed. He never says that repetition is not allowed. So I can fill it in how many different ways? I can fill it in all the 10 different ways. Next, repetition is allowed. So I can fill it in again the tens place in 10 different ways. Units place can also be filled in 10 different ways. Now, 2. The 2 is now coming in my hundreds place. 2 is now coming in my hundreds place. So I am for sure going to fill it with the 2. So there is only one different way that I can fill the hundreds place in. Now, start thinking. Now, what about tens place? I can fill it in 10 different ways because I have repetition is allowed, and units place also 10 different ways. But what about my thousands place? Can I use 0 here in the thousands place? What will happen if I use a 0 there? If I use a 0 here, this number will tend to become a 3-digit number. But what is he saying? How many 4-digit numbers can be formed? So, how many different ways can I fill the thousands place in? 10 minus 1, that is 0, I cannot use it. Minus, if I remove that 0 out of the total of 10 numbers, how many numbers will I be left out with? I'll be left out with exactly 9 numbers. Now my 2 is going to the tens place, so I can fill it in only one different way. My units and hundreds place can be filled in 10, but my thousands place still will have to be filled in 9 different ways. Now this time my 2 I'm for sure going to use it in the units place. So how many different ways can I fill this in? 10 and 10, and the thousands place in 9. So this will give me how much? 10 into 10 into 10. That gives me 1,000 here. Yes. And what about here? 10 into 10 is 100 and 9. I'll get a 900 here. Again 10 into 10, 109, 900 here. And what about here? I'll also get a 900 here as well. So totally 1000 and 2700. That gives me 3700 times. 3700 times I will be using the digit 2. Guys, here our question was what? How many times had he written the digit 2? Now, if he had asked the same, reframed the question a little bit more, and how many times he had written a number without using a 2? So answer would be what? Totally from 9,000 to 9,999. How many numbers do I have? I have 9,000 numbers. Out of those, if I subtract the 3,700 times where will he be using 2, I'll get my answer. So how much will that be? That will be my 5,300. Yes, 5,300. Sure. So the next question that we have here is, it says what? There is a tank and 2 pipes, A and B. Okay. A can fill the tank in 25 minutes, B can empty the tank in 20 minutes. If both pipes are opened at the same time, how much time is required? How much time required the tank to fill? How much time is required for the tank to fill? Now, A, B. Now, you can see that A is the tap filler, that is, he is a builder. And he can build it. He can fill the tank in how much time? He can fill it in 25 minutes. Okay. B is a destroyer, kind of a destroyer. Okay. he can empty the tank, the tap B can empty the tank in 20 minutes. Now, if both of them are running, start thinking, if both of them are running, this takes 25 minutes, way more time than it takes to empty the tank. Yes? So, will the tank ever fill? No. Why? Because the drain is faster than the inlet. The drain is faster than the inlet, so it cannot be filled. So, never will be filled will be my answer. That is option D will be my right answer. What does our next question say? It says an old man and a young man are working together in an office and staying together, working and staying together in a nearby apartment. Okay, the old man takes 30 minutes and the young 20 minutes to walk from apartment to office. Okay, if one day from apartment to office both are staying here, the young man and the old man both are staying here, they walk from office from home, this is their apartment, and to the office. Okay, if one day the old man started at 10 a.m. they started at 10 a.m. and the young man started at 10:05. Okay, 10:05 a.m. Okay, now, and the young man started at 10:05 a.m. from the apartment to office. When will they meet? Now, by the time young man starts, yes, our old man would have traveled some distance. Yes, how much? For that we need to know the speed of the old man and the young man. Time taken by old man and the young man is given to us. How much time does the old man take? Time taken is given as to be old man takes 30 minutes, young man takes how much? 20 minutes. So the time taken are in the ratio what? They are in the ratio 3:2. Time taken is in the ratio 3:2. What will be speed ratio? Inverse of it. So the speeds of old man speed is to young man speed will be what? 2:3. Now, how much time did the old man walk for? Old man walked for 5 minutes. At what speed? 2x. This is the ratio that is given to us. The actual value will be 2x and 3x. Yes, this will be the actual value. Yes. Now, for 5 minutes, if he walked at the speed of 2x, how much distance did he cover? Let's say he covered a distance of 5 into 2. 5 minutes he walked. Let me take it here. 5 minutes he walked at the speed of 2x. Yes. So he covered a distance of 10x. Yes. At this point, the time was 10:05. Now, the young man also started from here. They are both moving in the same direction. Now, what type of speed will be it? It will be relative speed. Now, the distance given to us to be covered is how much by the young man is 10x. Now, we know that distance is equals to speed into time. Distance to be covered is 10x. Speed, both two objects moving in the same direction, it will be relative speed. Time is given as to be how much time taken was? Time taken is what we have to calculate indeed. How much time is taken. When will they meet is the time. Yes. Now, this will give me how much? 10x is equals to relative speed. 3x minus 2x, relative speed. 3x minus 2x, that gives me how much? X. Yes. Into t. That will be how much? X and x will go away. Time taken will be 10 minutes. X and x, time taken will be 10 minutes. 10 minutes after what? After the young man starts. At what time did young man start? 10:05. So, what time will they meet? 10 minutes after 10:05. That will be 10:15. They'll meet. The next question that we have here says, the shopkeeper charged 12 rupees for a bunch of chocolate. Okay, he charged 12 rupees for a bunch of chocolate. We do not know the chocolate here. Has he mentioned anything? No. So let me take the bunch of chocolates as to be X chocolates. Okay, X chocolates are there in total. Now, but I bargained and got 2 extra. He got 2 extra. Okay, and that made them cost 1 rupee for a dozen less than first asking price. 1 rupee less than first asking price, whatever he first asked. After the addition of those two chocolates, whatever he first asked, less than 1 rupee it was costing him. Okay. How many chocolates did I receive in rupees 12? Okay. Now, how many chocolates? X chocolates I've assumed. There are total X chocolates. How much did he spend? 12 rupees. So 12 divided by X. 12 divided by X will give me what? Chocolate. Price of chocolate per chocolate. One chocolate price he will give. Now he is talking about 1 dozen. So what will be the cost of 1 dozen? 1 dozen will be nothing but into 12. Into 12. That will give me how much? 144 upon X. This is for 12 chocolates. Now let's read the next statement. What does it say? But I bargained and got 2 extra ones. 2 extra ones. These were 12 chocolates. Okay. The price of 12 chocolates. He got 2 more chocolates. 2 more chocolates. So where do I have to change this equation? In the denominator. Okay. 144 by X plus 2. The number of chocolates increased by 2. Yes. Now, what happened? And that made the cost. That made them cost 1 rupee. 1 rupee for a dozen less than first asking price. What was the first asking price? My first asking price was 144 upon X. It costed 1 rupee less when 2 chocolates were added. Yes, when 2 chocolates were added. This is equals to this. Yes. Now, if I simplify this equation, let's say what will I get? 144 minus X divided by X is equals to 144 upon X plus 2. Yes. Now, if I send this X onto this side, X plus 2 onto this side, X plus 2 into 144 minus X is equals to 144X. Let's solve it together. So this gives me 144x minus x square plus 288 minus 2x is equals to 144x. Yes, this is turning out to be a QE. So 144, I'll strike it off. So if I rewrite this equation, it will be nothing but x square plus 2x minus 288. Yes. Now if I solve this equation that I have here, 288 I want. So 288 is nothing but 16 into 18. I want 2x here. So this will be what? X square plus 18x minus 16x minus 288. Yes, if I further solve it, what will I get? 8x I'll take it as to be common. X I'll take it as to be common. So I'll remaining with x plus 18 here. And then I have to take minus 16 as to be common. Yes, I'll get x here plus 288. Yes, plus 288. That is equals to 0. So my x value is either 16 or it is x is minus 18. Can the value of chocolates be minus negative? No. So x is equals to 16. Can I have that in the options? Yes, I do have it. Option D is the right answer. Okay, here I've made a small mistake. This is 18, not 288. Yes, after this the answer is perfect. Yes. Let's start with the fifth question that we have here. What does it say? It says there are 16 teams divided into 4 groups. There are how many teams? There are 16 teams. Each member has how many? We do not know yet. But let's go further. If we can find out, let's see. Okay. 16 teams divided into 4 groups. Every team from each group will play with each other. Every team from each group will play with each other. If there are say 10 people in that group, each team will play with each other team. Yes. Now, the top 2 teams will go to the next round and so on. The top 2 teams will play in the final match. What is the minimum number of matches that will be played in that tournament? Now, you can see, if you know a little bit of sports, then you would have understood that this is nothing but my round robin fashion. In round robin fashion, what will happen? If there are 16 teams and 4 groups are supposed to be made, so each group will have how many? Each group will have 4 members, 4 members, 4 members, 4 members. Yes, now how many groups do I have? I have 4 groups. I have 4 groups. Now, these 4 groups, the second statement says, Every team from each group will play with each other once. They will play with each other once. Yes. So to play a match, to play one match, how many teams do I need? I need 2 teams. Now, how many different ways can you select? 2 teams out of total of 4 teams. I can select it in 4C2 ways. 4C2 ways. Here as well, selecting 2 teams to play a match out of total of 4 teams. How many different ways? 4C2, 4C2, 4C2 again. Yes, 4C2. 4 minus 2 is 2. I'll be having 2 in the numerator and 2 will be striked off. So that will leave me with 6. 6, 6 and a 6. Yes. Now, 6 matches will be played. After these 6 matches, the resultant, what will I have? I'll have what? I'll have 2 teams which would have qualified. Yes, 2 teams which would have excelled from here, from this group. From this group also I'll have 2 teams which would have excelled here as well and here as well. Now in round robin fashion, you have to remember one thing, that the group, if in the beginning, if it consists of 4, till the end it will always consist of 4 people only. Now this group, I can group how many people here? I can make a group of 4 and 4, that is, I'll make 2 groups here. Yes, 2 groups here. These 2 groups will play among themselves. I mean, all the teams in these groups will play among themselves and will give a resultant. So this is similar as 4 people playing. Yes, the same thing that we did here. So that is nothing but 2C4. So here as well 4C2. That is nothing but 6 again and 6 again. Yes. Now after this I'll have a resultant from here as well, which will give me 2 teams from here, and this group will give me 2 teams from here. So totally I have 1 group here now, 4 people, which is again 6, again 6. So this will lead me to a result of how many teams will I have? I'll have 2 more teams. Yes, they will play and they will give me 2 teams which will play a finale match. Yes, totally together. How much do I have here? 6 4s are 24, 6 2s are 12, and again 6 here, and then the final match. So totally how much do I have here? This is 24 and 12, 36 and 6 42 and 1 43 matches will be played, which is my answer. So let's move with the question. This question is on ages. Now we'll be also dealing with, in particular, the approach that we are supposed to follow when we have a question on ages. So please pay attention. In 4 years, Raja's father will be double the age, double Raja's age then. Okay. Whenever you see something like this, you first take up the entities Raja and Raja's father. Okay. Now what does it say? In 4 years. In 4 years meaning after 4 years. So add 4 to both of them. That is Raja and Raja's father. Okay. Raja's father will be double Raja's age. Okay. Double Raja's age. Raja's father's age will be equals to double that of age of Raja. Yes, this will be the equation that I will be writing. Are you getting it? This 2 times of Raja's age is equals to that of the age of his father. Now, 2 years ago, while his mother was twice his age at that time, 2 years ago meaning Raja, ago is minus 2, and twice his age at that time. She was twice his age. So her mother also minus 2. Her mother is minus 2. To go back to that time when her mother age was twice as that of Raja's age, we will have to subtract minus 2 from both of them. Now this will be equals to twice. Yes, understanding? Raja's mother's age is twice as that of Raja's age 2 years ago. Now, if Raja is going to be 32 years old, okay. 8 years from now, plus 8 years from now. Then what is the sum of his parents' age? Now I can calculate Raja's age easily with this. That is R is equals to 24. Raja's age is 24. Once I know Raja's age, what is that I need to do? I have to substitute 24 in place of R. That will give me how much? 2 into 24 plus 4, 28. That is equals to F plus 4. Yes, 28 2 times 56 I'll get. 56 minus 4, I'll get how much? 52 has to be the age of the father. That of the mother. Now if I go on to calculate mother's age, what will I get? 2 times of Raja is 24 minus 2, 22. That is equals to mother minus 2. So this gives me how much? 44 here plus 2. 46 will be mother's age. 46 will be mother's age. Now what is he asking in the final step? He is asking the sum of father's and mother's age. 46 plus 52. That gives me 50, 40, 90 and 8, 98. Do we have it in the options? Option D. Yes, it is right. Start with the next question that we have here. It says what? In 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th basketball games of a season, a player scored 23, 14, 11, 20 points respectively. So this question of ours is on averages. Yes. So what is given to us? Let us interpret the data that is given to us and take it down here. It says what? 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th matches. She scored how much? 23 points, 14 points, 11 points and 20 points respectively. Okay. Now her points per game average was higher after 9 games than it was after first 5 games. Okay. Her average, whatever, after 9 games, how much was it? Let's calculate it quickly. After 9 games. So this will be sum plus divided by number of observations. That is how many matches? 4 matches. This gives me how much? 23 and 14. 23, 20, 30, 40, 50. 60. 60 and 7, 67, 1, 68 I'll have. 68 divided by number of observations, 4. This will go how many times? 17 times to reach to my average. That is 17. In the first 4 matches, in the matches 6, 7, 8, 9. After the 9th, how much was her average? It was 17. So now let's read the statement. Her points per game average was higher after 9 games than it was in the first 5 games. After 9 games. Let's say this is the 9th game. Okay. After 9 games, how much was her average? Her average was 17. Okay. This after 5 games, let's say this is the 5th match. After 5 games, her average was less than 17, he says. After whatever the 9th match average was there, it was less than this. Yes. Next. If her average after 10 games was greater than 18, after 10 games meaning I have to move ahead. After 10 games, let's say this is 10th game. After 10 games, it was greater than 18. It was greater than 18. It was greater than 18. What is the least number of points she could have scored in the 10th game? In the 10th game, he is asking what? Least number of points. Okay, least number of points. So now, let's roll. What does it say? So this is the data that we have. Now we know that the average after 9th was 17. Okay. Now, if I take in the first 5 matches, let's say in the first 5 matches, she scored minimum points. That is, she scored nothing. So let me take it as to be 0 that is scored in the first 5 matches. Now, in the next 4 matches, how much did she score in total? She scored 68 plus. In the latest 10th match, 5 matches are done and the 4 matches are done. In the 10th match, how much does she have to score? We do not know. Let me take it as X. Divided by number of observations is 10. So it must be greater than 18. It must be greater than 18. Yes, this is what is given to us. Now, if I send this 10 onto the other side, what will I get? 68 plus X must be greater than 180. Okay. So it must be greater than, now this is with respect to what? This is with respect to the points, because these are the points that she has scored. Yes, it must be greater than 180. 18. I send the 10 onto the other side, I got 180. This must be greater than 180, slightly greater than 180. What can I have here? Can I have this as to be 181? Yes. Now, if this is 181, what will be my value of X? That is what she got in the 10th game. What will that be? That will be equals to 181 minus 68. That will give me how much? 160 is gone. So, I will be remaining with 120. 120 minus 112, 113 I will have. Yes, I will have 113. Yes, X value is 113. Now, next step. Let's say in all those matches she scored 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, in the first 5 matches she scored only 1, 1, 1, 1 point. So if she scored 1, 1, 1, 1 point, her average, so totally she scored 5 points there. Now, after that, she scored 68. After that, we do not know. Can I directly take it here as to be greater than 181? Okay, greater than 181. 68 plus 5 gives me how much? 68 plus 5 gives me 73. Yes, 73 plus x is equals to 181. Yes, if I send this 73 onto the other side, how much 5 I have to reduce from here? That will be equals to how much? If I reduce 5 from here, I will get 108. Yes, 108. If you see, when her performance increased in the first 5 matches, yes, when her performance from 0 it increased to 5, it is an increase. When her performance increased in the first 5 matches, what happened to the score, that points, number of points that she had to score in the last match, that is 10th match, that is x? It is decreasing. It is decreasing. So how much should she have to score? She will have to score maximum. Now, what can that be? Let's say in the first, okay, let's say in the first, second, third, fourth and fifth match, she scored 17. Yes, can this be true? If she scored 17 in all the 5 matches, what is her average? 17. Yes, 17. But what does my statement say? In the first 5 matches, her average was less than what she scored in the 9th match, that is 17. So, it cannot be 17. So, what is the minimum that I can reduce? Let's say in first match, one match I will reduce it to 16. Now, it is satisfying this condition as well, and it is also satisfying my condition that she should score maximum in the first 5 matches to reduce my last match score. Yes. Now, how much did she score here? 17, 4, 68, 68 and 16. That gives me 84. 84 from the first 5 matches plus. Now, these 4 matches, how much did she score? 68 plus x must be greater than 181. So, this here 80 and 60, 140, 148 and 4, 152. 152 plus x. Greater than I will remove and I will keep equals to there. So, x will be equals to 181 minus 152. That gives me how much? A 29. A 29. So, the least that she can score. So, according to what is the least number of points she could have scored in the 10th game is, in the 10th game she can score 29. Yes, able to follow? So, few of you might be confused here, why am I taking 181 and how am I changing this greater to equals to directly? Yes, so there is a simple logic running here. Now, he says that it must be greater than 18. It must be greater than 18. Slightly greater than 18 will be what? If I send my 10 onto the other side, it will talk only about the points. These are the points that she has scored, right? It will talk only about the points. Previously, how much will it be? 180. Slightly greater than 180 will be how much? 181. Yes. So, I am taking it as to be whatever she scored will be equals to 181. I am replacing this greater than symbol with an equals to after I make it slightly greater than 180. Yes, that is 181. Yes, similarly I have also used it here as well. So now, what do we have here? The next question says, in the year n, the 328th day of the year is Thursday. In the year n plus 1, 206th day of the year is also a Thursday. What is the 168th day of the year n minus 1? Guys, this question is about calendars. Now, to solve any question on calendars, you need to understand the characteristics of the calendars and how to go about what are odd days, what is the concept of odd days, how do we identify if a year is a leap year. All this has been dealt with in our basic videos. Please go ahead and watch that video and then try to solve this. That will be a cakewalk. Or else, whatever, give an honest attempt here, we'll try to understand as much as possible. Yes, now, in a year, nth year, he said how much? 320th day is a Thursday. Okay, if it is a Thursday, first day of the week is a Monday, Thursday will be 4th day. Okay, in the n plus 1th year, he said what? N plus 1th year, 206th day is also a Thursday. It is also a Thursday. Yes, next, n minus 1th year, what is 168th day? Yes, I am right. Yes, 168th day, what is it? He is asking. I do not know. X. That is what we have to calculate here. Yes, this data here, nth year, 328th day, and n plus 1 here, is a Thursday, 206 days is a Thursday is given to us for one and only one reason, that if to check if any of these years given to us are a leap year or not. Yes. Now, if it is a normal year, how many days will it have? It will have 365 days. Out of 365 days, if I remove 320 days, how many days will I be left out to complete the year? Minus 320, that gives me 45 days. 45 days here I have in this year. Now, further to reach to 206, how many days do I have to travel further? 206 days. Yes. 206 plus 45 gives me how much? That gives me 251. Guys, can the number of odd days be greater than 7? No. Why? If have anything equals to 7 or greater than 7, I will be able to form a week with that. So it cannot be greater than 7. So to find the number of odd days, what do I have to do? I have to divide it with a 7. Now when I divide it with 7, 7 1 times, 7 3 times and 5 times. So how many odd days will I be left out with here? 6 odd days I'll have. Odd days I'll have. Yes. Now previously I had how many odd days with me already? Thursday. Thursday it was 4 odd days I had already. 4 odd days because it was a Thursday. Yes. So totally how many odd days do I have? 10 odd days I have. Can the number of odd days be greater than 7? No. So what do I have to do? I have to again divide it with a 7. If I divide it with a 7, what will I get? 3 odd days. 3 odd days is nothing but which day of the week? It is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday. But is it a Wednesday according to the question that is given to us? No. No. What does he say? He says it is a Thursday. So for it to be a Thursday, what does need to be done here? We need to have the year end as to be a leap year. Check what will have if it is a leap year. This 45 here will increase. 366 minus 320 will give me how much? 46 this time. 46 this time. Plus 206 odd days. 206 odd days from the next year. That will give me how much? 46 plus 206 will give me 252. 252. 252 number of odd days. How do I have to calculate? Divided by 7. 7, it will go directly this time. This will leave me with 0 odd days because 7 3s are 21. I'm left out with 4 and 2. 7 6 are 42. 0 odd days I have. But because it is a Thursday that is told to me, I'll have 4 odd days for sure with me. Plus 0. 4 odd days. 4 odd days meaning 206th day of that year, that is n plus 1 is a Thursday. Yes. Now it is standing true. Now for sure I know that this year given to me is a leap year. It is a leap year. Yes. Now what do we have to calculate? We have to calculate 168 day. 168 day of the year n minus 1. We have to reach to all the way to 320th day. 320th day of the year n. This is 168th day. Now, from 168th day to the 365th day of the year n minus 1, how many days will I have here? How many days will I have here? 168, 268, 368. 368 minus 3, I'll have 197 days here. I'll have 197 days here. How many will I have here after this? After this it will start with 1 again, right? This year, n year will start with 1 again. So I'll have 320 days here. So totally how many days will I have? 320 plus 197. That gives me 320, 420, 497. I'll have 517. Yes, I'll have 517 odd days. But can the number of odd days be greater than 7? No. What do I have to do? I have to divide it with 7. 7 1 times 7 7s is 49. I'll be remaining with 2 here. 7 3s is 21. I'll be remaining with how much? 6 odd days I'll have here. Yes, 6 odd days. What are these odd days? Whenever you divide, whatever remainder is left out, that is nothing but my odd days. So 6 odd days I'll be left out. But I know I have to calculate this xth day. While I was reaching from x to 320th day, I knew that after adding these 6 odd days, I am getting a Thursday. 320th day is a Thursday. That must be equals to 4. So what are the values that this x can assume? So such that my my number of odd days will left out will be 4. That is, it will prove the statement given by him, that is that 320th day is a Thursday, will be proved true. What are those values? If I take 1 here, 6 plus 1, 7, 0 odd days will come. If I take 2 here, 6 plus 2, 8, 1 odd day will come. Yes. Now if I take 3 here, what will be? 6 plus 3, 9. 9 meaning if I divide 9, if I divide that 9 with a 7, how many odd days will I have? 2. If I go on like that, if I go to 10, 10 plus 6 is 16. Yes. 10 plus 6 is, no, if I go to 4 here, if I take 4 here, 6 plus 4 is 10, I will have 3 odd days. If I take 5 here, yes, if I take 5 here, in place of x, if I take 5, 5 plus 6 is 11. Can the number of odd days be greater than 7? No. I have to divide it with 7. So how many odd days will I be left out with here? I will be left out with 4 odd days, which proves my given statement true. So the value of x that can be presumed is what? 5. 5 means which day of the week? It will be a Friday. That is what is asked to us. Guys, there might be a little bit of confusion here. Why did I take this x plus 6 has to be 4? Now, if you haven't understood this, I would request you to watch our basic videos. But I would also like to add a point here that this x plus 6, whatever x plus 6, must give us the Thursday. Yes, it must give us the Thursday. Why? Because he clearly says that 320th day is a Thursday. Whatever odd days that were remaining after me calculating this number of days between them, that this xth day plus those odd days should give me a Thursday. That is what I have written here. Now, if you could not still understand, please watch our basic videos. You'll get it crystal clear. That we have here. What does it say? It says letters of alphabet are numbered from 1 to 26 are consecutively with 1 assigned to A and 26 assigned to Z. By 27th letter we mean A and 28th letter we mean B. What is that? It is nothing but a loop. After 26, if any number appears in the code, it will be nothing but A. If 28 appears, it will be nothing but B. If 29 appears, it will be nothing but C. That is the fashion that he has given it. Okay. Now, let P be 6, he says. Let P is equals to 6 is given. Next, what does he say? A strange country military general sends the secret message according to the following codification scheme. In codifying the sentence, the first time the letter occurs, it is replaced by pth letter from it. Okay. Whatever the value of the letter is, it is replaced by pth letter from it. Pth letter meaning sixth letter from it. Okay. Next. Second time if it occurred, it is replaced by p power 2 letter from it. Okay. It is replaced by p square. P square is nothing but 36. Okay. When second time if it appears, it will be replaced by whatever the distance it is holding. From there it will add on to 36. Now, if it is appearing for the third time, it will be p power 3, that is 216. Okay, from it. Now, what does it say? What is the code for ABBATIAL? ABBATIAL. Okay. I'll quickly write the place values of these words here. Value of A is 1, that of B is 2, 1, T 20, I now, A is 1, L is 12. Yes? Now, what is the code word? Okay, A is appearing for the first time, dear. So, A value is 1, so it has to be replaced from 6th. So, I'll have to add 6 here. That gives me how much? 6 plus 1, 7. Seventh letter of the series, of our series is how much? G. Any option starting with G? All of them are starting with G. Now, B. B is appearing for the first time. This B here is appearing for the first time. So, it has to be replaced with 6th letter from its position. From its position 2, it has to be replaced 6 letters from it. So, 6 plus 2, 8. So, it has to be replaced with a H. H. 8 value is for H. Yes. Now, B is appearing now for the second time. When it is appearing for the second time, what does he say? It must be P square away from its position. So, its position is 2, P square away, 36. So, this gives me how much? 38. Now, what did I say? It is in a cyclic format. Now, after 26, how many more do I have here? 4 and 8 I have here. Yes, 12. 12 letters further after 26. Now, 12 letters after 26 meaning from A, 12 letters. From A 12 letters, what do I have? I've written it here already. A is L. 12 is L. So GHL. So any option which starts with GHL, A no, B no, C no, D starts with L. So D is my answer. I have eliminated all the others because I can stop here or I can solve it till the end, but it is not necessary because with the help of the options I was able to say clearly that anything which starts with GHL is the only answer that I have. So I'll stop here and mark GHL as the right answer. So what does the next question say? It says a beaker contains 180 liters of alcohol. Day 1, 60 liters of alcohol replaced with water. Day 2 and 3, 60 liters of the mixture is in the beaker is replaced with water. What will be the quantity of alcohol in the beaker after the third day? Let us take a beaker, a happy beaker, okay, which contains 180 liters of alcohol. 180 liters of alcohol, okay. Now, on day 1, 60 liters was taken out. On day 1, what was done? 60 liters of alcohol was replaced with water. Now, it contains only alcohol as of now. So, I can directly take off alcohol. So, I will be remaining with how much? 60 is taken out, 120 liters of alcohol will be taken out. So, how much water will be there now? 60 liters of water will be there. So, they are in the ratio what? Water is to alcohol. Water is to alcohol. They are in the ratio 1 is to 2. 1 is to 2. Now what happens? On the second and the third day, 60 liters of the mixture. He is telling mixture in particular. Why? Because it will be a mixture of alcohol and water. Now, let's say you have a glass of, alcohol and water with you. Okay. Now, if I stir the alcohol and water and pour half of it to you, the concentration of alcohol in my glass and your glass, will it be same? Can you extract some alcohol, more alcohol because you are greedy, and can you do that? No, right? The mixture will be same. The amount of alcohol in my glass and your glass will be the same. So, whenever you remove, after this is done, after the mixture is prepared, whenever you remove anything from the beaker will take some part of alcohol and some part of water as well. Now, when the 60 liters is removed from this, how much alcohol will be lost? 2 parts out of total of 3 parts will be gone. Of 2 parts out of total of 3 parts of 60 liters will be alcohol. Yes, this will be how much? 40 liters out of the total of 60 liters that was taken out on the second day will be alcohol. So if I subtract 40 liters from here, how much alcohol will be left out? 80 liters of alcohol will be left out. So the remaining will be water. Remaining how much? 100 liters will be water. Now the new ratio of water and alcohol is what? The new ratio of water and alcohol is what? Water is to alcohol. That is 100 upon 80. That gives me how much? 24 times? 25 times. Yes, the new ratio of water is to alcohol is 5:4. Again 60 liters is taken out. This 60 liters, because of taking out this 60 liters, how much alcohol will be lost? 4 parts out of total of 9 parts. 4 parts out of total of 9 parts of 60 will be lost. Yes, 4 parts out of total of 9 parts of 60 will be lost. So this will be how much? This will give me 3 times, 3 2 times and 0. So this is 80 upon 3. So the remaining alcohol is how much? If I remove this alcohol from the 80, I'll get my answer, that is after the third day how much alcohol did the beaker have. Now, so totally it has 80 liters within it minus 80 by 3. This is how much alcohol it has. That will be equals to 240 minus 80. 240 minus 80, 160 divided by 3. Can I write it directly here? 260 divided by 3. Yes. 3 1 times, 3 5 times. And then I have 3.33. Yes. Now this is 53.33 liters. Do I have an option there which says 53? Yes. There is only one option, C, which says 53.33 liters. Yes. Now after 5 also I could have shopped, because there is only one option which starts with 5. So my option C is right. Yes. I hope you were able to understand this. Now, let's have our next question. What does it say? It says a number, next number in the given series. He's trying to find asking us to find the missing number. So what is given? 1, 7, 8, 49, 50, 56, 57, 343. These are the numbers that are given to me. Yes. Now, whenever we look at such a series, what is the first thing that we do? We subtract the first number from the last number. Now, we can see that gives me how much? The difference of 342. Yes, the difference is huge. If difference is huge, what is that needs to be done? Either the operation involved is addition or multiplication. But I can see there is a drastic increase. There is no gradual increase. There is drastic increase. So it has to be multiplication. Now, if you didn't understand the steps that I followed in the beginning on recognizing the symbol, the operation that is being followed here, you will have to watch our basic videos on number series by Kanakraj. Yes. Now, let's see. I have a 1 here. It is increasing by 7. So how can I get a 7? I can do it by multiplication. 7 1 is 7. Yes. Now, next 8, how do I get? 8 1 is 8, but 49, no. So, how I have to somehow relate the first number with the second number and so on. Now, I will search for the squares here. Yes, I have a square here, that is 49, 7 square. So, there is something related to 7 going. Now, again I look, no squares here. Now, 343 is a 7 cube. Okay, there is something serious going with respect to 7. So, now, let's see. 7 into 1. 7 into 1 gives me a 7. 7 into 1 gives me a 7. Now, this 7 plus 1 gives me 8. Let's check if it is right. 7 plus 1 gives me a 8. Okay. Now, again this first term here is being multiplied with 7. In this series, what is happening is, so we can recognize here that there is two series running on alternate basis. One is running with addition. One is running with addition, the other one is running with multiplication. The first series which is running with multiplication, let's have a look at it. 7 into 1, 7, 7 plus 1. After that, it gave me a 8. Now, this 7 again is being multiplied with 7 to reach to 49. And this 49, after multiplication is done, we need a addition. Second series needs a addition. 49 plus 1, which gives you a 50. Yes. Now, to reach after 50, what is the number that I have? 56. I had already multiplied 7 with a 7. Now I have to multiply 8 with the 7. If I multiply 8 with the 7, I get a 56. After multiplication is done, what needs to be done? Addition needs to be done. 56, how much do I have to add? 1. It gives me a 57. Now, 7 was multiplied with 7, 8 was multiplied with 7. Next thing that I have to do is 49 has to be multiplied with 7. Now, 49 into 7. 49 into 7 gives me how much? Cube. Like I told you, cube. This gives you 343. 343. Now, multiplication is done here. What needs to be done? Addition needs to be done. How much? Every time I am adding 1. 343 plus 1. That gives me 344. The missing number here is 344. Now, do we have it in the option? Option A, 343, which is right. Let's go with the next question. What does it say? Raj divided 50 into 2 parts. Okay, 50 was divided into 2 parts such that the sum of their reciprocal is 1 by 12. We get the parts as. He is asking those parts. We do not know those parts. Let me take the first part as to be the x and the second part has to be y. Okay, the 50 is been divided into 2 parts. Okay, one part is x and the other part is y. Now, if I add these two, what will I get? I should get 50. First part and second part. Yes. Now, such that the sum of their reciprocals, the next statement, what does he say? Sum of their reciprocals, 1 by x plus 1 by y is equals to 1 by 12, he says. Yes. Let me take this as equation 1 of ours. Okay. Now, 1 by x plus 1 by y, if I make some simple calculations, what will I get? X, y, here I will get a y plus x and this will be 1 by 12. Yes. Now, this will be how much? 12y plus 12x is equals to xy. Fine. Now, we need to find either x or y. So, what do we need to do? We need to replace one among them with this. So, if I replace x as to be 50 minus y, what will I get? X I am replacing with 50 minus y. 12y plus 12 into 50 minus y is equals to, again I have to replace x with the 50y. So where did the 12 go? 12 went here. So I'll have how much here? 50 minus y into y. Yes, is it right? All right. X plus y divided by xy. 12 went this side, 12xy, xy happened, and then yes, it is perfect. Now, so this will give me how much? 12y plus 12 are 6600. I will have 12y, I will have here. This will give me 50y minus y square. Yes. So plus 12y minus 12y can be negated. So I will have how much here? I will have y square minus 50y. Okay. Y square minus 50y. If I send this on to other side, I will have a minus 50, that I will get a plus 600 is equals to 0. Now I got to solve for this. Okay. So what can it be written as? A 30 into 20. 30 plus 20 also gives me a 50. So this will be y square minus, okay, y I missed out. Okay, y should be there. Yes. 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 Now 55, I can write it as what? I can write it as minus 30 minus 20y plus 600. Okay. Now if I remove y from here, y minus 30 minus, I will take it common, minus 20 I will take it common, so I will be left out with minus and here minus 30. So the value of y can be what? Value of y can be either 20 or y is equals to 30. Now either of them if I take up, either if I take y has to be 20 or 30, what will be x? If in this case x will be how much? 30. In this case x will be how much? 20. So do we have an option which has both of these, that is 20 and 30? Yes, option D. Option D is my right answer. Let's move with our next question. What does it say? The number of committees of size 10, the number of committees of size 10 that could be formed from 10 men and 10 women such that the committee has at least 6 women. Okay. Now the condition is what? The condition is at least 6 women. Where do we start from in permutations and combinations? Where do we start from? Whatever the condition is given to us. The condition given is at least 6 women. Total, what is given? 10 men are given and 10 women are given. Okay. Committee size must be 10. Okay. At least 10. At least meaning what? Minimum of 6 must be there. At least 6 meaning minimum of 6 must be there. There can be 6 women or more than 6 women. There can be 7 women or 8 women or 9 women or 10 women. Yes, anything other than that, 11 women you want? No, there are only 10 women. So we have to stop. Now, to form a committee of 10, if there are 6 women, how many men will be there? There will be 4 men. 6 women and 4 men will make a committee of 10. Or 6 women and 3 men. Or 8 women and 2 men. Or 9 women and 1 man. Or 10 women. What did I do? And represents multiplication or represents addition, that I have replaced it. Yes. Now if you solve this, what will you get? Now 6 women can be selected out of the total of how many women? 10 women. In how many different ways? 6 women can be selected out of total of 10 women in 10C6 ways. Yes. And represents multiplication, and 10C4 will be selecting 4 men out of total of 10 men, or represents addition. Or represents addition. Now this will be, I'll write that a little bit fast here. R represents multiplication, 10C3 plus 10C8 into, this will be 10C2 plus 10C9, and represents multiplication again, selecting 1 man. Now do I have to write it? 1 man out of 10 men. NC1 is equals to what? N. So that is nothing but what? 10 plus 10C10, 1. Yes, NCN is NCN is 1. If you solve this, you'll get the answer. So let's go with the next question that we have here. What does it say? It says George, Paul and Hari. Okay, I'll take George here, Paul here and Hari here. Started a business and contributing 30,000, 40 and 50,000 respectively. After half a year, George withdraw half of his contribution. They invested how much? 30, 40 and 50. Okay. But George did what? After half a year, he removed 50% of his contribution. That is half of his contribution. So how do we write their investments? We'll write their investments. So George's investment will be 30,000 initially. For a period of 6 months, I've written 6. Now, plus if he took out half of it, but half of it was left. Yes, 15,000 was his investment for next 6 months. Yes. Now, what about Paul? Paul's investment was how much? Paul's investment was 40,000 for a period of how much? 12 months. Now, what about Hari's investment? 50,000 for a period of 12 months. Okay. Now, let's read the next statement. At the end of the year, the business showed a profit of 90,000. At the end of the year, the business showed a profit of 90,000. Yes, I could now write it as to be 12. I directly wrote it as to be 12. But after, when he says that at the end of the year, it means 12 months, right? Yes, at the end of the year meaning 12 months. So 12 months I have written here. Yes, next. Showed a profit of 90,000. Profit is 90,000. Let me take it down somewhere. Okay. Next. Which was divided amongst 3 men proportionate to the amount and duration of their investment. Okay. The profit was divided according to their investment. According to their investment in the enterprise. Okay. Investment in the enterprise. Paul got how much? Paul got how much is the question. Now, let me calculate their investment ratio. Their investments are in the ratio what? So, what do I have to need? What do I need to do? This is the ratio that is given to me. So, I have to take out whatever common HCF I have to take it out. So, how will I take it out? Let me take 10 common first. If I take 10 common among all, I can take it out. So, before that, I have zeros, too many zeros here. Can I eliminate them? 0, 0, 0. Yes, 3 zeros here. 3 zeros eliminated. These 3 zeros can be eliminated. These 3 zeros can be eliminated. So, what will I be left with? 30 and a 6, 15 and a 6, 40 and a 12, 50 into a 12. So, now I am taking out 10. That leaves me with 3 and a 6 plus 15, 6 is 90. I will be left with a 9. Let me write it as 3 into 3. Yes, E is 2. I am taking out 10 out of the total equation. So, how much will I be left out with here? 4 and a 12. And here, how much will I be left out with? I will be left out with a 5 and a 12. Yes. Now, the 10 is taken out. Is there still anything in common between them? Is there anything in common between them? Yes. I can see that 3 is in common between them. So, I can take out the 3 as well. 10 is gone. So, 3 I will take it out now. If I take 3 out, I will be remaining with a 6 here and a 3 here. E is 2. A 12 will have a 4 and a 3. So, I will take a 3 out, 4 into 4 will be left out, that gives me a 16 and 12 is left out. Again, 5 into 4 gives me a 20, a 3 has been taken out. Okay. Anything in common between 9, 16 and 20? No. So, this will be 9 is to 16 is to 20 will be the ratio of their investments. Yes, ratio of their investments. Now, he is asking about Paul. Paul will have what? Paul is where? Paul is the middle guy. Paul is having an investment of 16 parts out of the total of 16 plus 20 plus 9. That gives me how much? 45 parts. So, he also says that the profits are divided. Okay, the profit is divided proportionate to the amount and duration of their investment in the enterprise. So, they should be divided in what fashion? How much will Paul get? Paul will get 16 parts out of total of 45 parts of the profit of 90,000. Yes. Now, this will go 45 one time, this will go 2 times. Zeros will be attached along. 16 2 is 32. How much did Paul get? Paul get 32,000. Do you see that in the options? Yes. Option C is my right option. So, let's go with our next question. What does it say? In Abhi's class, 44 students are there. 28 speak Malayalam, 26 speak Tamil. 9 students speak none of the two languages, neither Tamil nor Malayalam. How many students speak both the languages, that is Tamil and Malayalam? So what is that I need to find here? An intersection between Tamil and Malayalam speaking students. So okay, there are total of 44 students. None of them speak, 9 of them speak neither Tamil nor Malayalam. So can I reduce them from this? That will leave me with how much? 35 students. Okay. Now, out of these 35 students, Malayalam speaking students are how many? It is given to us that 28 of them speak Malayalam. Malayalam speak 28. Okay. Tamil speaking students are how many? Tamil speaking students are 26. Okay. What do we have to find? We have to find those students who speak both Tamil and Malayalam. How will it look like? It will look something like this. Yes. This intersection is nothing but what? It is of about the students who speak both Malayalam and Tamil. Now, I have Tamil speaking students how many? Malayalam speaking students 28 plus Tamil speaking 26. Yes, 28 plus 26 minus, if I reduce these x, I'll get how many total students I should get? That is 35 who speak either Malayalam or Tamil. If you didn't understand that, what am I doing here? Just look. 44 students, total of 44 students. Okay. Malayalam speaking students, let me take this as this region has to be x students. Okay. Now, total of Malayalam speaking students minus x. Okay. If I subtract minus x plus Tamil speaking students minus x. Okay. Tamil speaking students, I have subtracted these minus plus 9. Plus 9 students who do not speak any of the languages. That this total sum should give me 44. Yes. Now, let me make some simple calculations. If I send on 9 to this side, what will happen? I'll get a 35 here. 35 is equals to, now I have what here? M minus x plus t minus x. Okay. These are students who spoke Malayalam. These are students who spoke Tamil. Plus the 9. I should also have a plus x. These students also I should consider, right? Those who spoke both the languages. Those who spoke both the languages, yes. So plus x also I'll have to take here. Now, if I negate this, what will I be left out with? 35 is equals to Malayalam speaking plus Tamil speaking minus x. Malayalam speaking, how many do I have? 28. That is what I've written here, 28. Tamil speaking, how many do I have here? 26. That is what I've written. Minus x is equals to 35. Now, if I solve this, what will I get? 28 plus 26. It gives me how much? 48, 54 I'll get. Yes. X is equals to 54 minus 35. 54 minus 35, 50 and 4, 19 I'll get. Yes. 19. Do I have 19 in the options there? Yes. So what is it? How many students speak both Tamil and Malayalam? 19 students speak both Tamil and Malayalam for me.